Dear congregation, last Lord's Day, as we listened to this first book of Samuel, we saw a scene which on the one hand was so dark, and yet there was that spot of light. When we saw what had become of that tabernacle and the court and what took place there and what the priests were doing there, how they were turning those sacrifices into opportunities to enjoy a good meal rather than as means of pointing to the grace of Christ, of God in Christ. How they were there with a woman in sinful ways. It was a terrible thing. And yet there in the midst of that situation, there was a Samuel, this young Samuel serving the Lord. And we saw the power of the grace of God. In Samuel, giving him that desire to serve the Lord, even in that place, and keeping him. And saw in him something of a reflection of God's great servant who served him even in the midst of this sinful world. And yet when we look at that scene, we still are left with that question, but what will God do about this? What will God do in the midst of this situation? Will he just allow it to continue and go on, all this decay and corruption and perversion of what he had instituted there in the tabernacle court? And we see this evening that God, in his faithfulness, will do.